That's amazing, the amount of rain that Texas has received. What, record-breaking months last month and this month so
Last
far?
month, this month, and they could see an additional anywhere between 6 to 10 inches of rain in the path of that storm from northeastern Texas through Oklahoma into portions of Kansas and Missouri.
Sounds like it's really slowed down. I mean, it quickly moved inland, but then seems like it's camping over the Dallas area.
You'll see it on the satellite picture. In fact, I want to show you that right now, friends. We're going to start out showing you what's happening with tropical depression. It is still a tropical depression. Sustained winds are down to 30 miles per hour. It's not the wind that is a concern. It is the potential for the rain. And as you look, there's what we call the center of circulation of this tropical depression. And this is a feeder band. That's the thing. Even though you may have a tropical depression that's hundreds of miles away from you, the feeder bands, or that trailing band of moisture, can stretch all the way down for hundreds of miles, as this one is going practically all the way down into Brownsville. There you can see the copious amounts of rain, and with these feeder bands you'll see very strong gusty winds, lightning, the possibility of some thunder as well, and also even the potential for tornadoes. So there's the Dallas Metroplex area right there, and what we're seeing is that center went smack dab over the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and some of these feeder bands that can just kind of lag behind are the concern. That's what can generate the really heavy amounts and persistent amounts of rain depending on the orientation of those feeder bands. But for us, the live shot, we're the absolute opposite of what's happening in the state of Texas. We are very, very dry. Now the temperature readings, the high so far today, 91 degrees. That is 9 degrees above the average of 82 degrees. But look at the record, 105 degrees, which stands for the state, set back in 1974. And the high temperature is also the current temperature in Boise. Nampa's at 90. Caldwell also at 91 degrees. Mountain Home is a whopping 94 degrees. And McCall right now is at 80 degrees. Now the weather has the potential to be even a touch hotter tomorrow compared to what we saw today. For the last few days, I've been telling you about this traffic jam in the atmosphere. It's an area of low pressure sitting right off the coastline of British Columbia. Now that low, when it dips down like that and stays there, causes a little bit of a high pressure ridge right here along the Pacific Northwest. This is the hot, the dry air mass that's in place. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay with us for the next 5 to 7 days. And so the temperatures are going to be fluctuating between the 90s to the upper 80s. And as we draw closer to the weekend, I think you'll notice the temperatures will back off just a few degrees as that little high pressure ridge sitting on top of us just kind of weakens and flattens out just a little bit. So 7-day forecast for the Treasure Valley. Temperatures are going to be in the 90s, could be in the mid 90s tomorrow, but I do not anticipate record heat. So sunny to partly cloudy skies expected all the way through the weekend and now into the middle of next week. But the temperatures this weekend right around the 80s. I'd say mid to upper 80s. The mountains are going to be seeing very pleasant temperature readings with sunny to partly cloudy skies and highs this weekend hanging out in the mid-70s, or shall we say camping out in the mountains in the mid-70s.
Because it would be an ideal time to go camping.
Perfect time to go camping, yeah, absolutely.
Very beautiful. Okay, Roland, thanks. Okay. Natalie?